So first of all, um, this is not TikTok. So what I can do and what I can say is um, not gonna get blocked or anything like that. So this is my first live video, and I want to talk about some things. At the end of the day, I always want to talk about some things, but um, I want to talk about um, Memorial Day. I want to talk about Memorial Day because I lost my dad almost 6 years ago. And my dad was not done fairly, just like a lot of African American veterans that went to Vietnam. My dad didn't even get his 100% until he was in his 50s. My dad didn't even know that he was eligible for help. My dad lost his family. He lost his family because he was dealing with PTSD and beat up my mom. My dad was not that person, but because he wasn't offered medication for PTSD, he was not taken care of. My family had to grow up without our dad, and I didn't even relate to my dad until I went into the military and I understood the PTSD that my father was going through. The problem with the world today is the strongest people are considered weak because the trauma that they went through caused them pain, caused them depression, different things that they live and dream. Because I know I go through it. I'm a combat vet myself. The funny thing about this stuff is um, you have people like Donald Trump. And I'm sorry, a lot of you people aren't going to like what I'm about to say, but Donald Trump is a draft dodger. He can never understand the the pain and suffering that veterans go through. But I'm going to explain that to y'all because I want to talk about the relationship between me and my dad. I want to talk about this because it affects me. When you guys see me on TikTok and I've been drinking and all that stuff, it's because of my depression. My depression doesn't make me weak. My depression, and I'm still here, makes me strong because I'm still trying to figure it out. And that's better than somebody that had bone spurs and was scared to sacrifice. So let me tell you this. My father went to Vietnam. My father went to Vietnam, had two, three combat tours. My father had a purple heart, got a purple heart. He watched his whole team die, and his sergeant saved his life and went back in to try to get other people and died. And my dad watched that. And when he came back home, he wasn't the same person no more. He wasn't the same person. And you got to understand this when people go and they go through combat or anything like that. Even if you didn't go through combat, I don't even care. If you're a police officer that kills somebody, if you're a young gangster, you know what I'm saying? And you shoot somebody for the first time, majority of people are going to see that death. They're going to see that for the rest of their lives. And it just depends on what kind of heart you have, how you going to accept that. But somebody that hasn't experienced that is not going to understand that feeling. So when you dealing with people like Donald Trump and his supporters, they don't understand what Memorial Day means. They don't understand that. And the reason why they don't understand that is because Memorial Day is about people that are no longer here, who sacrifice. And a lot of those people that sacrifice and die for this country are minorities. They're minorities. And they died and sacrificed for this country only to have people like Donald Trump and racist white supremacist motherfuckers and neo-Nazi people come up here and say that they are superior. That's a hard thing to go through. So I'm gonna tell you something about me. I have two combat tours. Two. Operation Just Cause, Panama. Iraq, guarding the oil fields. Tore my knees up. I can't show you. I mean I can show you, but I got torn up knees, back. I have PTSD. I don't watch people die. And I was a young man. And you asking young men, 18 to 25 years old, to see people get blown up, seeing people die, children get killed, and you're expecting them to come back home and be normal. That shit is um, that shit is very um, easy to forget when you haven't gone through it. And you got a motherfucker like Donald Trump who's a draft dodging bitch calling soldiers losers. You know the only reason why he's doing that shit is because he wasn't man enough to do it. He wasn't man enough. He had bone spurs and shit. And it's funny to me how military motherfuckers can support a man that call us losers. Maybe he's right. Maybe some of you motherfuckers that sacrifice for this country are losers. Because I'm gonna tell you a little secret. If it wasn't for Joe Biden, the cancer that I had because I was guarding those oil fields in Iraq, I wouldn't have got my 100% without Joe Biden because his son came back from being exposed to those burn fields and died from cancer. You motherfuckers, you're out here talking big and everything because of your insecurities as being men and being white men because y'all insecure. That's the only, y'all insecure. You're insecure little bitches. You're insecure. You have no strength. You have no fight. You can never have a civil war because y'all don't have no strength. You don't have no struggle. You ain't been through shit. You motherfuckers are worried about your privilege. And privileged motherfuckers can't handle motherfuckers that struggle. I'm letting you know that right now. And that's the realest shit I can tell you. You little white boys with your little penises and shit like that. And not all white boys have little penises. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that the guys that are insecure about themselves seem like little penis little motherfuckers. They aren't man enough to stand up for themselves and handle competition and fight. They want they want things given to them. They want opportunities that other people don't have. They want that. They want to be cheaters. They're the motherfuckers like in the, you ever watch The Longest Yard and the damn guards had all these cheats and everything that they're trying to do to keep the prisoners down and keep them from winning. They blackmail and they that's what white supremacist people are. They are the guards in the longest yards. And we, the people that are minorities and, you know, minorities and gay and lesbian people and Muslim people and Buddhist people and people with different religions, we have to fight against these people because of their insecurities. Because at the end of the day, they think that they're better than you. And they know that they're not. And that's the problem. They they have been told that they're better than us, but they know that they're not. We are all human beings, and we all have the same weaknesses and strengths. Some of us are more athletic than others, some of us are smarter than others, but at the end of the day, we are all human beings. There's no superior person. And if you don't believe me, let one of your children have to have open heart surgery and need a heart transplant, and the heart has to come from a black person or a Native American or Asian person. You'll take their heart to save your baby. Stop being racist. Hey, what's up, babe? You want me to give her